One of the things that was powerful in looking at this book was the notion that this isn't a fairy tale. And I just went to a wedding on Saturday, and it was a beautiful wedding. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but they're very young. And I know you guys were very young when you got married, and I kept thinking, it's a fairy tale wedding, but I hope it's not a fairy tale marriage.
Exactly.
Because oftentimes I think we trip on that, don't we?
We do, and expectations are for the fairy tale marriage, and then when it doesn't pan out or it's not the fairy tale marriage, then that's when it gets really difficult.
And you guys had a little bit of that experience, which you're very frank and forthright in the book. You hit some bumps pretty early on in your relationship, didn't you?
We did. In fact, we hit some major roadblocks within the first year of our marriage. And we write about that in the very intro to the book, talking about, as you referenced, the Cinderella fairy type, and they lived happily ever after a wedding. That is what people want, and I think that's what we were delusional, and we thought we would have because we dated for so long, and it was a fairy tale type beginning, but oh boy, did things change rather quickly within, I'd say, 6-7 months of our marriage. We were faced with infidelity. We were faced with struggling with finances, struggling with a lot of huge problems. And it didn't take too long for us to figure out this was not going to be and they lived happily ever after type ending without any input and effort and work on our part. And it was tough.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting because, a lot of times it takes a pretty profound breakdown in order to get to the breakthrough. Because what we're talking about right now is that so many of us have ideas or fantasies of what would be fulfilling, and real life doesn't really work like that, does it?
No, not at all. And you just have to be able to take life as it comes and make adjustments, but decide that you're going to stick to it. And the main theme of our first chapter, in fact, is called Love is a Choice. And we really believe that love is a choice. It's not a feeling. It's not an emotion. Because if it was a feeling, I could change my mind today or tomorrow, and we don't love each other anymore. But it's a conscious decision every day to love each other. And when you do that, then you can really face anything life throws your way.